today, and I'm the founder and owner of V1 Aviation, and welcome to Amsterdam Airport. Let me know if the audio is good or if it's a little too dull, so I will pump up the volume. And welcome Hayden and welcome Yin Team Stripes. Good to see you here, all here today. Hey Michael. And like I said guys, let me know how the volume is. I'm using a different camera because my own streaming camera is in for repairs. So let me know how the audio is. And Yorkshire Biker, good to see you mate, saying sounds good, awesome. Good to hear. So first plane is on approach, and that will be KLM 938 from Glasgow, from the midst of Storm Ashley, because Storm Ashley is currently running over the UK, Ireland, Scotland. Behind that we have Vueling coming in from Valencia. So let's see how this new camera is going to treat us today, folks. Hey Petra. And there's a zoom lens on this one, so there we go. Still trying to figure everything out, but everything should be fine. And there we go, first landing of the day. Alright, sweet. So 18 center is open as well. Let's see, I'm just trying to use the camera and trying to see how it works. That second plane for arrival is that Vueling coming in from Valencia. It's quite a bit out, but the first heavy is on its way as well, which is the Corendon A350. Hey Fabian. En een bijzondere goedemiddag voor jou. Here it's quite windy. Just trying to use some settings on the lens as well to see how the stabilization etc. works. And here's bird control. Awesome. So next up, Vueling coming in from Valencia. There we go. A little overview shot there. Alright, there we go. So the winds are pretty much head on. Oh, and I see that the focus on this camera is a little different than on my other Sony. Let's see if this is going to be a butter landing or a bouncing Betty. That was actually a really smooth landing there. Oh, and it looks like a small special sticker as well. yeah, like I said, folks, apologies in advance if it looks a bit different than normal. But like I said, my main camera that I use for streaming, the one that was actually giving me all the issues, is in for repairs because I finally figured out what the problem is. I had a faulty HDMI port, and of course if you're streaming you need HDMI to stream the picture to the streaming device. So that one is in for repairs at the moment, and the camera store that I always come for actually was kind enough to borrow me a camera for the time being. So I am using another Sony at the moment, one with a zoom lens. So it's going to be a little bit different view, but I try to make the colors, etc. As recognizable as possible. Hey Cos, and Fabian saying, do we expect some go-rounds today? I don't think so, the wind is too much head-on for that. But you never know, it's aviation. Hey Cos. And indeed, like Yorkshire biker saying, it's a direct headwind, so there shouldn't be any go-arounds, but you never know. When there's an unstable approach, they might choose safety. And dzień dobry kochanie, Nate, babe is in the chat. Good morning, my love. Hold on to the camera, because if I let it go, this happens due to the wind. I will, sweetie. And there we go, little butt shot. But next up we have the Corendon A350. So let's see how that one is going to work out. Little overview shot with the people here. I'm quickly going to change the balance settings on my tripod to counter the wind a little bit. So as always, I'm going to film this one, and I have something that I want to try in the stream, so I'm going to check if that works. But let's see if we're going to see a beautiful landing here by the A350. And like I said, give me feedback in the chat if something is off, like colors, sound, or something like that. Alrighty, are you all ready? There we go. Alright, let's hope for some thrust reverse. Enjoy this one, everyone. Let's see. So there's a replay button. But I need to. But I actually figured, or I noticed this on another streamer that that some of you might know. Somebody from Ireland, KC Rally and Airplanes, and he's using the same streaming device as me, and he actually had the replay button, and I think with a little bit of tweaking in the settings it should be pretty cool to see. So I'm going to set the replay counter on 30 seconds. But it's so good to be back, and it's so good to be back with the feeling that I have something that keeps on working. Fingers crossed, of course, and hoping I didn't jinx it. But first up, I think we have the Peter Pan livery. There we go. Hey, Leeuwen. Nice shot there with bird control. And touchdown. And no focus. There we go, back in focus. Sweet. All right. Let me zoom back out. Let me get back to the chat and see what we got going on. And welcome there, Kurdistan Free TV. Welcome to the chat. And babe coming in with a 10 slotty super sticker. Your beautiful warm heart. Oh, believe me, babe. Thank you so much for this one. And with this strong winds, the warm heart warms me up. Thanks, sweetie. So sweet. And indeed, babe, the weather is not too bad. It's now it's half sunny. It was really cloudy and raining in the morning, but it cleared up pretty good. And welcome there, Peter. And yes, that something like that, but a little bit different. All right, as you can see, the light is pretty nice. Butter. Oh, look at that wheelie. Let's look back at that wheelie there. That wheelie was pretty cool. Touchdown was pretty sweet as well. And now look at that aerodynamic braking, as they call it. Very, very smooth. And touchdown it is. All right. And yeah, babe, the crosswinds are not that strong. I think the winds are going to change up just a little bit. Let me actually check what the winds are going to do, because the winds are pretty strong, but I think they're going to keep on coming out from the southern direction. Only around sunset the winds are going to change up a little bit. And I see Yorkshire likes the replay. That's good to see. So let me know if you guys like the replay. It's something new. But I think it's something very nice in between landings. Of course, sometimes it's so busy at Amsterdam that basically it's impossible to show those. But I'm actually very keen on those replays, so let me know if you guys like it. I think especially with something like a wheelie or a strange touchdown or something very loud, etc. I think it's going to be really cool to see the replays. And let me know if you can hear both me and the sound of the replay when I'm doing that, because I'm actually really curious to that. And hey there, Matthijs. Saying I don't need you at 8 in the morning. No, I actually wanted to go for a sunrise yesterday, but there was a sunrise above the rain, so I decided to not go and just come in today. And another small aerodynamic braking there. I see the colors look a little bit flat on the camera, so I might change that up a little bit. So a little bit more contrast. Ooh, with a nice tick there. A little bit of saturation on there. And there we go. The color should be looking a little bit better now. So runway 18 center is open as well, like I said. So my guess is that we're not gonna see the A380, well, not in the Polderbahn, and the Saudi Dreamliner in the new / old school livery is actually coming in as well. But that one should be going to 18 center as well. But fear not, we can actually see it from here, so that's good. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. That has to be said as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. There's a lot of people streaming. I know that Boy is streaming from parking P3, and by the looks of it, Joe is standing on the bike path as well. And like I said, Casey Rally and Airplanes is streaming in Dublin as well. And there's Storm Ashley is rolling in. So it's I was actually tuned in this morning, and the crosswinds and the sketchy touchdowns are so awesome. And the bouncing you see every now and then on the screen, the up and down bouncing, is just the wind rocking onto my streaming device, which is on top of my camera. So in the meantime, let me check flight rate. Special coming in livery wise. Oh, I see that the Saudi Dreamliner is on a... We should be getting a KLM triples. Oh, we're going to get the Orange Pride in half an hour, folks. That's going to be so cool. Ever. So next up, so let's see if that's going to be a nice landing as well. I actually have to get used a little bit to zooming that lens. On my Sony, on my other Sony, or my own Sony, I have a zoom rocker on top of the camera, but that one's not really working on this one. Oh, look at it. It's actually battling quite a bit. Nailed it. And the light in the engines is actually pretty nice. Like a mirror, as clean as it gets. So like I said, make sure to stick around because 30 minutes. But first, on runway 18 center, we're getting the Saudi in the new livery. Absolutely stunning looking plane there. Let me digitally zoom in a little bit. That sounded really Dutch English. Camera's having a hard time focusing on that one, but beautiful livery, absolutely stunning. And for those wondering, this Saudi Dreamliner is landing on runway 18 center. And off it goes. So let me zoom out from the digital zoom. There we go. And we have our next landing straight away. So how do you guys like the quality of this camera? Is it better? Is it worse? Ooh. Come on, reverse it. I know you're gonna do it. There we go. That was a neat one. So, since it's a nice Sunday, I wanted to show you guys how many people are actually walking up on the bike path, even in this weather. The parking was almost completely full. And on this side we have quite a few people as well. So we have a little nugget on approach for 18 center. Let me zoom in again. we go. Look at it just floating there. And Yorkshire Biker saying that boy is finished. Hopefully folks will come here. We will see Yorkshire Biker. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I'm just here having a good time. Trying to keep the camera as steady as possible with all the wind gusts. And yeah, I saw that new livery. So for those who don't know what Peter's talking about, Emirates has a new livery on one of their A380s for the NBA, and it's actually, I like it quite a lot. It's the NBA colors, so of course the American colors, red, white and blue being the dominant color in that livery, and it looks absolutely stunning if you ask me. And thanks for that feedback there, Yorkshire Biker. Much appreciated. So it does look like there's not really that much coming on to the Polderbaan at the moment, so we might as well wait a little bit, and maybe we can see some takeoffs from runway 24. But yeah, like I said folks, I'm so happy to be back here. I'm so happy that I can stream without having the issues that I had, the glitch on the glitches on the stream with the picture quality, and it just completely blocking out, which was, if you didn't hear already, a faulty HDMI port on my old camera, or my own camera I have to say. So next up for us is going to be Air France flight 1740 coming in from Paris CDG. It's currently still over the channel, so it's gonna take, I think, 2 minutes before we're gonna see it here. We just have to wait it out. And there's actually a takeoff. The moment I want to move the camera, there will be a nice tower crossing. Very flat takeoff, typical KLM style. And there we go. Alright, let's turn back. And as you can see in the very far distance, there are some lights of the Air France, the A320 200. And this specific airframe is 26 years old. First flight January 1998. So it's very, despite the winds, it's very peaceful today. Not too bad, not too busy at the moment, airplane wise, but it should be there should be some action throughout the day or throughout the afternoon. So I got my coffee cup, so what can go, well, I don't want to jinx it, never mind, let's enjoy. Alrighty, Air France on its way. There we go. Air baguette indeed. Come on cam, focus. Oh. Little bit of a bouncy landing, but nothing too bad. Tower crossing there. So the next plane for arrival is going to be KLM flight 1442 coming in from Bordeaux with an E195 E2. Behind that, KLM flight 1640 coming in from Turin with an E175. And let me see where the Orange Pride is flying at the moment. It is exactly above London at the moment. My bad. It is exactly above Southend. So roughly 25 minutes left for the Orange Pride. And Hayden there becoming a member for 21 months in business class. Thank you so much for that support, Hayden. It goes a long way. And nice to see you always supporting the channel there in that way, mate. In 21 months already. Time does fly. And no pun intended on that one. The camera sure does have a little hard time focusing. Oh, and Peter, that comet. I actually didn't see the comet, sadly. But I've seen some photos and videos on it, and it looks absolutely amazing. There we go. Nice bird flying in view there as well. You got this. Alrighty. Might as well follow that soft landing on runway 18 center there. There we go. So this zoom is roughly the equivalent of what my own camera has. It's all digitally zoomed in, but it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Nice radar. And touchdown. Well, almost. Alright. Let's get back to business here at the Polderbaan. There we go. Alright, there we go. Little nugget. Oh, that was a rough patch of wind. Let's turn back, and I see we have to wait, so let's follow this 18 center landing there. They do tend to move a little bit. And welcome there, Alex. Good to see you, mate. And welcome to the stream today. Wow, look at this rocket ship. Oh my. That has to be Emirates. Yep, Emirates Sky Cargo. What, what a rocket ship that is. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. That's proper stuff. So, yet again, some landings on 18 Center there. So how have you guys been doing? I know that in a lot of countries autumn is really kicking in, so for some countries that just means that the trees are turning colors, and for other countries like the Netherlands that means very unstable weather. Rain, cold, and then warm, sunny, cold again, rain again, winds again. And highway A5 in the middle there. So it's gonna take quite a while, but there is a plane on approach actually. So let's just go back to the Polderbaan Tower and see if we can capture some more takeoffs crossing the tower there. There. And welcome there, Clementia. Afternoon to you. And Alex came back from karting session and saying it's fun to watch. Well, especially with those winds, it's quite interesting to see what is happening. Of course, it's not really that much crosswind, but all in all, wow, the winds are really picking up, which was expected. Hear the grass, etc. just blowing over. I don't know if the camera can focus on it, but just look at that. Alrighty, we got our first landing after quite a bit. There it is. So let me check on flight radar where this one's coming in from. So we have KLM flight 1006 coming in from London Heathrow, 737-800, 25 years old, first flight in August of 1999, niner. So in roughly 20 minutes we're going to see two heavies. The 777-200 coming in from Rio de Janeiro is KLM 706, and the Orange Pride KLM 777-300 coming in from Sao Paulo. It's gonna be good fun. Oh wow, freezing. That's all freezing and now 17 degrees. That's a big difference. Touchdown. Let's see if we can capture that or watch that back. And the funny thing is they're struggling quite a bit, but every time they're above the threshold it looks like they have such a smooth approach. And look at that, touchdown. Awesome. and Clementia. It will probably come in on 18 center, but if it's already in Dutch airspace, I can actually check it out. So give me a moment. I'm going to the app that I'm using for that. Let me see if it's already in Dutch airspace. I don't see it yet. So let me see where it's flying at the moment. Oh no, it's already in Dutch airspace. It's coming in 8 minutes. That is for sure going to 18 center, but that doesn't really matter because we're going to see it anyway. Yep, it's going to land on 18 center, but like I said, fear not, we're going to see it anyway because I do have overview here on that runway. So, and Shadow Asylum. Wow, that's been a while, mate. How are you doing? Good to see you back. And indeed, oh yeah, so the A380 is on its way, but like Yorkshire Biker said, it's going to the Polderbaan sadly. Sorry, to the center runway, but that shouldn't matter. Like I said, we can see it from this spot. Oh, another water touchdown there. So you can see that the winds are pretty head on, which makes for quite some decent landings. Nice long rollout. So let's see what we got going on the center runway. It's not that busy at the Polderbaan at the moment, but that will change once the center runway closes, which should be in, I think, 20-ish minutes. Oh, my bad. There we go. So to all of you who just tuned in, welcome to the stream, welcome to the chat. If you're new here, my name is Bart. I'm the host of this channel, the founder of this channel, and I am based in Amsterdam. I do travel around Europe for aviation, plane spotting and live streams on other airports, but my main airport here is Amsterdam Airport, and I'm happy to have you aboard. Hey there, Ant, and welcome, Vances. Good to see you guys. Like I said, I'm so happy that I finally figured out what the problem was with my... I thought my streaming device was faulty, but in the end it just turned out to be my HDMI port on my camera. So I do have another camera from Cameraland, which is the camera store that I've been coming from for years, and they're always happy to help out, especially when something is in for repair. And of course I'm reliant on my camera, so they helped me out with another Sony camera, which I'm using at the moment. So for me it's just a little trying out and seeing how it works, but the fact that the stream is already running for 40 minutes really goes to show that it was indeed my camera that was faulty. So I'm happy that it's in for repairs. It should be back in 5 to 8 weeks, so it's quite a long stretch, but that gives me some good time to test this camera out. This camera is also supposed to be very good during the night, so I might be doing some night spotting as well, maybe even a night stream, who knows. You can really see that just the tail of Storm Ashley is hitting the Netherlands now, because those strong winds coming in from the south are just the tail of Storm Ashley, which is now hunting over Ireland and Scotland. So let's slowly get back to the Polderbaan Tower. Now let me open up flight radar. So let's see. Currently, oh well, this is interesting. Planes are actually going Oh, there's a runway inspection going on. Wait, did we miss a bird strike, folks? Because the planes are actually, the planes that were supposed to land on the Polderbaan are going to the center runway right now, which is interesting. It's quite uncommon to do a deep inspection in the middle of an open or an active runway. Smile. And Alex, awesome. Always do what fuels up your heart. So don't look at the subscriber number, Alex. Just make videos because you like to do it and enjoy sharing them. Numbers are just numbers. Kocham cię, kochanie. So, like I said, very interesting to see a runway inspection happening on an active runway. So that probably means that some pilots made a call that they saw something on the runway. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but probably not. No, so all the planes that are actually supposed to land on the Polderbaan are now turning into the center runway. Now let's see what our body up there is doing. Seems like the runway is clear. Gosh, these winds. Just look at the grass. Alright, let's get back to the nugget show. So it still looks like everything is going towards the center runway. I really hope that's not going to be the case for the rest of the planes, because that means I will have to swap locations, and I really don't want to do that. Well, I want to do it for you guys, but I didn't bring my laptop, and I need my laptop to make a second stream. But I see that the A380 is turning into finals as well for the center runway. Plane number 3, so we have the KLM E190 on screen right here. Then we have a Ryanair coming in from Dublin, and then we will have the Emirates A380 landing here at Amsterdam on runway 18 center. Correct myself on that one. Oh wow, Yorkshire, 40-mile-an-hour gusts. Oh, that's awesome, Alex. So, runway inspection is still going strong. Come on, focus, buddy. I know you're having a hard time focusing, but just try it. Alright, so the A380 is, let me see if I can show you guys, because it's somewhere in between the clouds. It's gonna be quite a challenge to find it. Let me see, windmills. It's somewhere between the clouds, a little up there. No, I don't see it. Oh yeah, there we go. There it is. Big Albert. Oh, look at that nice KLM crossing in there in the background. And Yorkshire Bike is saying Orange Pride still assigned to Polderbaan. Happy days, that's what I'm waiting for. Look at it going through the clouds. Oh wow. Let me set the camera to manual focus so I can just leave the camera for a bit and take a sip of coffee. Zoom out just a tad bit. Look at that, just floating there. Flying apartment building. Oh wow! Did you guys see that? Look at that condensation on those wings. Ooh, wing fluff. Oh wow. Just look at it. This is so cool. Oh, there it goes again. Just look at that wing fluff. Now I wish I had a huge zoom lens so I could just really zoom into that. That is something else. It's king time. Oh, it's been a while since I've said that. Just look at it. It never ceases to amaze me how big that thing is and how it flies. And for those who have never seen or experienced it in real life, for the size of that plane, it is so quiet. When those engines throttle up, it's just a 737 is louder. It's so weird. And Peter coming in with the Emirates emotes there. So if there's members in the chat, make sure to show some love for the Emirates A380 by using the Emirates emotes there. And it looks like the Orange Pride is slowly turning into base for the Polderbaan and then turning right to finals. But first up, the king of the skies, the Emirates A380 landing here at 1-8 Center at Amsterdam Airport. EK 147 if I'm correct. And I think it's roughly a 5 to 5.5 hour flight from Dubai, maybe a little bit longer now due to things going on there. Just look at it. Corrections being made. It is just floating, isn't it? Beautiful. Flaring out and touchdown. And I will try to follow it just a little bit more because we're still waiting for the planes to show up on the Polderbaan here. So that's center runway, and the Polderbaan, for that matter, is a really unique runway for those who listen. Alrighty, that was that. Back to business on the Polderbaan, folks, because we got ourselves some planes coming in. Happy days. And it's still on manual focus, so I can just show you guys the 737 coming in with the Orange Pride in the background there. Just look at it. So cool to see that on a nice clear day. And if there will be probably there will be some clear winter days, you can actually see 4 to 5 planes on approach on busy times here. That's so cool. see everybody is using the emotes in the chat there. Thank you all so much for doing that. It's nice to see them being used. And welcome Danny, good to see you mate. Oh yeah, and indeed Clementia, it was really nice. Just the A380 in general is really awesome to spot. Oh, and the A380 on the air show in Slovakia. Do they actually fly to Slovakia? They don't, right? Correct? Awesome. Let's go back to the replay while we wait for the next two planes. So let's see how this landing was. It's a little more shaky on the replay, I feel. And thank you all so much for giving the stream a thumbs up. Very much appreciated. You guys don't know that goes a long way. Every bit of support to the channel is much appreciated. Even just tuning in and just watching is already much appreciated from all of you guys. And wow, the A380 sure was the last plane to land on the center runway, because the next one is EasyJet Air, which usually lands on the center runway, and behind that we will have the Orange Pride. Behind that we will have KLM flight 926 from Edinburgh, and behind that we will get the KLM 777-200 from Rio de Janeiro, and there's a Turkish A330 on its way as well. So there are a couple of heavies coming in, so make sure to stick around. And still a lot of people enjoying aviation here. Alrighty, there we go. I'm going to film this one just to see how that works on this camera, but enjoy the beautiful EasyJet Air livery. Autofocus. Silly boy. And a nice exit shot there. And after that, it's time to turn around for the Orange Pride. And again, members, make sure to throw some KLM emotes in the chat. I think I'm going to try and make an Orange Pride emote, because that will be so cool. And hey there Mark, good to see you mate. Tuned in just at the right time. The Orange Pride is on its way. Well, it's actually on finals, my bad. So, right on time there mate. There it is, the Orange Pride. Thundering through the winds. And like I said, I am going to film this one. So, I want you all to enjoy this. I'm going to be silent, and I'm going to throw up a replay once it's landed, because I think it will be very nice to see this one in replay so we can see it double. Let's tune back in to the replay, and a little bit of a mistake on the focus there, so my bad on that one. Like I said, It's a camera I've been using for the second time now. Just look at that graceful touchdown, absolute water landing. And another aerodynamic braking, really slow on the nose. Those nice big engines. Just look at that orange. It's the colors are so good today, folks. I don't know if it comes through on the phone or on the device that you're watching on, but the colors are really looking so bloody good. Alright, and there we go, back live again. That was a fun little replay. I'm doing really good, Mark. Thanks for asking, mate. How are you? And how is everything there in the UK? Because the strong winds that you're hearing on the stream right now is actually just the tail or the tip of Storm Ashley. But I know it's actually haunting there over in the UK and Ireland. So let me know how you're doing. Oh yeah, vibrant colors. That's the one I was looking for, Yorkshire. Thanks. Hey Jim, good to see you, mate. Been a while. Yeah, I agree. The colors are so good. So good. Alright. Back to business. Lovely little nugget. And behind that we're gonna get that 777-200 from, if I remember correctly, Sao Paulo. A cute little KLM plane. Alrighty, and some more filmers on the left side there. Oh yeah, Newcastle is indeed getting hit with rain, but good to hear that you're doing well, mate. And Jim, I'm doing pretty good. The camera is in for repairs because I finally found out what the problem was, and it was a faulty HDMI port. So I got a lone camera from Cameraland, so I could just keep on streaming, which I'm really happy with. So big shout out to Cameraland for providing me with equipment so I can keep on providing you guys with the action here in Amsterdam. So let me prepare the camera a little bit for this landing, and come on, focus buddy, you got this, there we go. Alright folks, enjoy this one. I'm gonna do another replay when it's landed, but I'm going to film this one so I can make it into a video. Enjoy! Landing there again. Let's have another look at that landing. It looked really smooth. Smoother than my penning, that's for sure. A little bit of a tiptoe touchdown there, but just look how gracefully that nose comes down, and then it absolutely brakes. Look at that, how it just compresses that nose gear. Just idling on the reverse there on the GE90s, really cool to see. And I messed up a little bit on the panning there, but it doesn't really matter. Awesome. And the sun is really coming out, so that's good stuff. So let me have a look where the Turkish 330 is. I think it's plane number 2 in the line at the moment. My flight radar isn't updating. Yeah, so first one is a Transavia 737 with split scimitars. It's flight HV5042 coming in from Kos, a 9-year-old plane First flight in April 2015. Gosh, that's almost 10 years ago, folks. Huh. And second is Turkish Airlines TK 1957 A330-300 coming in from Istanbul, and was a roughly 3-hour flight on a 9-year-old airplane, also from April 2015. Pretty cool. Oh, and after that it's going to be really quiet on approach. That's a pity. Alright, but first up, let's go for the Transavia coming in from Kos. Oh. There we go. Nice to see the split scimitar. And for those who don't know, the split scimitar is this little shark fin on the bottom of the winglet. Awesome. And a nice seagull photo bombing. Oh no, it was a heron, my bad. There it is. Trying to find some mice, etc. But let's go for the TK A330 there in the background. Let's see if it's living up to its name as the butter machine. Yeah, there's actually a lot going on with Boeing indeed, but it is what it is, Jim. And at least we still have a lot of planes flying, so that's good. And I see Babe and Peter are using the emotes, so let's use the. Oh, I wanted to say butter emote, but I don't know if I have an emote for butter. I don't know. I actually don't know. I really have to revisit all my emotes. Quick sip of coffee for absolute perfection. That's for sure going to help me out with some smooth panning on this one. Oh, fool yourself, Bart. Alright, enjoy the butter machine, everybody. Yet another really smooth landing. Let's rewatch that. It didn't even have any problems, just flaring out, and oh, look at that. There's something about A330's landing. It's just, it always looks so darn smooth. Hey Jorn, afternoon. Harry the Heron. Oh yeah, I did indeed make a butter emote, but I have to make a even better one. I think I just need to have like a lump of butter with an airplane or something on top of that. I have to fabricate something. And there it is. So let me check flight radar, because like I said, it's going to be really quiet on approach. There's a small stretch of narrow bodies coming now, and then we're gonna have a break of I think 15 or 20 minutes, which I don't want to put you guys through. So I have to decide what I'm going to do. But I'm just really happy that the problem is fixed, because it's an hour stream and basically nothing happened. So I'm really happy to see that, which means that I can comfortably go out streaming again without having nervous issues. or being nervous for the fact that it's not working, because it's just running as smooth as it's ever done, which means that I can just get back out there and stream whenever I want, whenever I can. There we go. I wanted to turn the zoom ring, but I actually turned the focus ring. My bad, folks. I really have to put this camera through its paces, because like I said, this is actually the first time properly using this camera. So, but I'm just happy that it's working as it should. I know I keep repeating it, but to give you guys an idea, I've been struggling with my streams, I think since May or June, and I never ever thought it was going to be my camera. So I'm just so happy, so relieved that it's finally just doing what it's supposed to do, and that's, yeah, like I said, legit, I'm just happy. That's it. But like I said, I have to still put it through its paces. I have to, since it's for those who understand cameras a little bit, it's an A7S II, which is a video well, it's not a video camera, but a photo camera spec'd out as a video camera, and it has only 12 megapixels, which means it's very good in dark or in low light situations. So I do want to test it out in the dark. Oh wow, look at the light, by the way. I do want to test it out in the dark. So let me check flight radar, because like I said, it's going to be a little quiet in a bit. So in 5 minutes we have an Air France, and then in 21 minutes will be the next landing. So there will be 15 minutes of nothing, which I really don't want to put you guys through. So what I think I'm going to do is, after these couple of landings, I think I'm just going to call it a day, because I don't want to keep you guys waiting for 10-15 minutes. But I'm just so stoked that it's just working the way it's supposed to. So now I know with that I can just go out there and stream again. And indeed, Jim, no more MPS issues with the camera. Oh, that's for sure. Nice E2. It is struggling. Well, the light is so good now, folks. Really, you can see that that soft winter light is coming. If you can see the inside of the engines on the Polderbaan when they're landing, that means that the light is getting good. The sun is not as high as it's used to, because during the summertime the sun is really high up there, and now it's not, which only gives us more and more beautiful light to use. And believe me if I say so, camera sensors love good contrasty light. And look at that high pass through on the engines. There we go, look at the engines. You can just look straight through them. So yeah, like I said, 3 more landings and then I'm just gonna call it a day. I don't want to let you guys wait for 10-15 minutes for absolutely nothing. So but like I said, I'm just really happy that everything works again. I'm going to make some normal video with the camera as well to see how everything works setting wise and color wise, etc. But like I said, I can keep saying it forever. But thank you all so much for being with me today, by the way. It's always good fun to see everybody getting back in there in the chat, and I'm just so happy that I can comfortably keep on streaming without having the thought that maybe there will be some issues again. It's just no nonsense, just rolling with what we got. Well, Mark, it's just a flight away. Ooh, that was a little bit of a rough landing there, wasn't it? Let's look at the replay, because it actually looked like quite a bit of a rough landing to me. Maybe it was just in the moment the camera shook that it looked like. But yeah, look at the light. Like I said, look at the light. It's so beautiful. You can see the reflections of the threshold on the fuselage of the plane. You can see it flaring out. Actually, not too bad of a landing. I have to correct myself on that one. Michael saying good to see you back. Bart been lurking. Thanks, mate. I've been lurking to have a proper stream as well, so I'm so happy that I can provide you all with that. And Clementia is asking, are you streaming every day or only at the weekends? Well, usually only at the weekends. And in the past I did some midweek streams as well. But who knows? I don't really have a schedule for streams because I know that doesn't work for me. Oh, look at that. Because I do it because I enjoy it, and I don't want to go to the airport if I'm not feeling like it. So I don't really have a schedule, but I tend to stream once or twice a week, and I tend to make or post a video once or twice a week as well, all depending on how much time I have on hand to go to the airport. Oh. But with the winter time coming up, there's probably going to be a lot of night streams as well, which at Amsterdam can be very interesting. Alright, let's just go back to the replay on that one, because we do have some time on hand before the next one arrives. A little bit of a wing wave there. It was correcting itself, and the camera was shaking a little bit. Still getting used to how it works with the panning and stuff like that. And I see we reached 50 likes in the stream, so thank you all so much for that. Really much appreciated. And if you're new here and you just subscribe to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Always a pleasure to have new people on board. And like I said, I'm just so happy that I can go out there and stream again without having the issues that I've been having. Alright, so the last two planes are on approach, and after that, like I said, I'm going to call it a day. Because I don't want you guys to wait for more approaches. I'm going to test the camera out as well with different settings, because especially with the winter time coming up, I just want to be ready for whenever it's raining or stormy or dark, and I just have to test the camera for that. But it's been proper fun today. An hour and 15 minutes almost, with no issues at all. I sign for that. In Dutch we say, I'll sign up for that. Yet again, minor corrections being made there. Look at the camouflage as well. Really cool. And the last plane is on approach. In the background there, it's going to be the Air France A321 again, from coming in from Paris CDG, the Foxtrot Golf Tango Alpha Tango, a 16-year-old A321 coming in from Paris CDG, and it departed a whopping 41 minutes ago on a 410 kilometer flight. Imagine that. Alright, are you all ready for the last landing? So folks, like I said, there's actually a really big storm hunting over the UK at the moment, and make sure to go to KC Rally and Airplanes because he's streaming now from Dublin. He's just started streaming, but it's so good to see him getting the credits that he deserves. So make sure after the stream to check that one out. Here we go, last landing by Air Baguette. It's been really good fun being out there again without any problems. It's been proper fun in the weather. Thank you all so much for sticking around with me. To the new people in the chat, very warm welcome. Hayden, thank you so much for becoming a member for the 21st month. And babe, thank you so much for your big heart. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been proper good fun today, like I said, and make sure to check out Casey's stream over there in Dublin, because it's a really cool, really unique runway configuration, and he deserves all the views. And Clementia, thank you so much for tuning in, and Yorkshire Bike, thank you as well. Mark, thank you so much as well. Keep safe out there in the weather. And Jim, thank you so much as well. Good seeing you all again. Peter, thank you as well, mate. Kokanse bardzo kochanie. Sweetie, thanks for sticking around. And as always, people, I will see you all on the next one. Ciao.